have already insisted enough about operational databases versus data warehouse. The example here is still an operational database. We have the orders, we have the order details, we have the products. So to each order is associated one employee, one shipper, and one customer. Employees have a hierarchy relationship, super reports too. We have the products, of course. An order is, you can see it as your ticket in the cashier that we discussed previously. And each of these orders has a line in your ticket. And this line says that this order ID has this product ID, this is the unit price, this is the quantity, and this is the discount. And the discount is a float between 0 and 1, meaning how much percentage of discount you have for this particular account, this particular product in this shop. Each product is related to categories, each product is related to the supplier that provides this product. So that's all basically. So out of that you have a list of queries to do. So if you understand that this is still the data where at our operational database, and then we can have traditional OLAP style queries on the operational database. But as we have said, this data is very detailed. It's at the line of every ticket of that you buy. Here it's already an aggregation. So if you don't have a data warehouse, you can still do OLAP queries with traditional SQL as you are doing now. Of course, that will be addressed to a single database, which is the operational one, but as you can imagine, there are many operational databases, even at a very small organization at the ULB. We have the database for the registration, the database at the faculty level, the database at the sport level, the database for the financial aspects, etc. So this is why the data warehouse tends to extract from these operational databases useful information that is needed for the director to manage the business. So, but just to say that even you can have data mining, query reporting, and analysis on traditional operational databases. But of course, this is not ideal, but can be done. So this is the exercise we are doing now. Try to, out of this exercise, try to get SQL queries for all traditional aggregation queries on SQL for these databases. And
the first question, is it the country of the customer or the employee?
That's a good question, and this is exactly what I was expecting. I explicitly added ambiguity on the queries because of that. Because when you write a query for, suppose that this is the contract that the consulting company that's implemented the database signed it with the rector, the university. And then you are the programmer in this company and you say, which country? Is it the country? At the end, we need to write the SQL query and you need to decide. According to both, you have two possibilities. I say, no, I don't write this query because it is underdefined. Or you think, you put yourself in the shoes of the manager and what will be more useful for them, for him or her. Or you call the department in question and say, what are you looking for the customer or the it was which? Or the employee. Okay? So you choose according to your, the query will be the same, but you know that for the business level it will be very different. So I will not give the answer. So it is you that will give the answers. I will randomly pick one of you in 5 minutes to write me the first query. And I really mean randomly. You will be my random generator.
Can I get one?
This is the last one I have. Maybe you can share. I printed. Maybe you can share us with someone.
Yeah.
I have it in PDF. If you send me your email, or please come here, send me your email. I give you in PDF. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. So 5 minutes for the first query.
से उठाऊंगा ऑर्डर से उठाऊंगा सेल्स पर कैटेगरी का काम होता है तो ये ऑर्डर मुझे जितना समझ आ रहा है प्रोडक्ट्स तो वो है ना जो मुझे अभी टीम में पड़ना राइट है ना ये मतलब सप्लाई है ये मतलब कैटेगरी पर कैटेगरी करते हैं कैटेगरी इंपॉर्टेंट है करने पर ठीक है कैटेगरी आपकी मैं कह रहा हूँ लेकिन जो सेल्स आपकी जो ऑर्डर्स हैं हाँ जो हैं वो तो इधर है ना ऑर्डर 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 की ऑर्डर आईडी ऑर्डर जो है ना वो ऑर्डर हुआ कि तो ऑर्डर मेरे से ऑर्डर्स के अंदर जो सर ने बताया कि बाकी रसीद होती है ये रसीद की एक ऑर्डर आईडी होती है ये रसीद हाँ रसीद कौन सा ऊपर वाला लग रहा है रसीद नीचे वाला ये पूरी स्लिप है मेरे ख्याल से पूरी स्लिप है और इस स्लिप की एक क्योंकि सेम ऑर्डर आईडी
You ask the manager, so you don't take the responsibility. So it's already have someone an answer for the first query. We need to finish the 6 queries before 12. Can we already ask a volunteer to writing the first query? Yes or no? Volunteer or random pick, and you are my random generators.
Want me out.
I want to try something.
Sorry?
I want to try something.
Yes, please come then. Could you please come on the floor and write your query here so we can discuss?
और ऑर्डर करना है
नंबर सेल्स पर कैटेगरी तो मेरे को इन तीनों को ज्वाइन करना
इन तीनों को ज्वाइन
और अगेन देना तो
इसको तो लेना ही है ना इन दो को तो लेना
फिर कैटेगरी करना है इसमें फर्क नहीं पड़ता सेल्स
सबको कंट्री यहाँ से आएगा ना
ये कंट्री वाली फील्ड अलग होगी
एंड कंट्री ना कंट्री के हिसाब से कंट्री यहाँ से उठाएंगे इसके लिए हम लोग चाहिए सेल्स के लिए यहाँ से हमें पता चलेगा
हाँ तो 3-4 टेबल जाएंगे ना
कैटेगरी वाला
हाँ ऊपर
नहीं सही उसकी जरूरत नहीं है प्रोडक्ट्स हैं
Can you please hear the explanation of Sami about his query?
So first I'm building a huge table made by inner joins of the order details, the product, the customers, and the order to have access to all these informations in one table. Then I make a group by on all those attributes, and for each groupment I sum the quantity. So I have the amount of product sold by category, by country, and by product.
Any question, any comment?
Why did you group by product ID instead of just category and country?
Okay, probably a mistake.
No, I don't know if it's a
But
mistake.
I haven't. Maybe I should read it again. So if it's not about.
Oh, the question was just by category, per category and country.
Okay, okay.
Then can you please, we are going to incrementally. Bueno, pero a ver.
No, we don't have to highlight that it was.
So, any comments? So you need to defend yourself, Sami. You have many comments here.
So I should also remove the inner joint with products. No,
No,
you need the products.
Yeah.
The problem is that I see, first, then I will give you the word. The problem is that I will see 25, 30, 35, etc. And then this information is not enough for me to understand for which country and which category. So then how can we improve this query? Can someone help improve his query to Sami?
we need to add category and country in the select clause and product name as well if that is accessible.
Before maybe.
Oh, category name.
No, but you
not
can put it
product.
Category. And by the way, when you use the traditional error that we all do in SQL, when you put category count, when you do a group by, we need to typically put the category and country, the aggregated parameters before or after, but anyway, in the select clause.
Why we use sum of
I didn't hear you. Maybe you can.
Why we use sum of
Quantity.
yeah.
Good point. Is that what the manager asked us? We received this message from the manager. The thing that we do. Is this what answering what he's? Yes. Oui. Je n'en ai plus. Oui, merci.
Because you're making the differentiation between the number of sales versus the number of products.
One question, can you understand this very important question? Please we are here trying to brainstorm about whether this query is the one we needed by our manager. A question, can you repeat your question and then help us understand how to, what is the kind of query, of SQL query we need? Can you?
Why we use sum of cells instead of number of cells?
So, can you provide, we have two solutions here. Here, Sami put this aggregation that you are proposing instead. What kind of aggregation you are proposing?
Count, so,
Count star.
count order ID.
Count of
Order ID.
Order ID.
order ID. My solution that you will receive is count star. Who is the right? Who has the right solution?
Sami.
Sami.
It depends on, for example, we can have a sale. It says like 3. Or we can have like individual sales where we just count them. So if we have, for example, 2 rows and on one it says 3, on the other one it says 2. If we sum them, we will have 5. But if we count them, we'll have 2.
Yeah, you get the idea. Suppose that we have 2 lines, one with 3 units, one with 2 units. If Sami will obtain 5 here, and I will obtain 2 here. Who has the right query?
Sami.
Sami. Congratulations. So, I mean, you know, it depends what do you want. Both queries are equally good. They are both compiling SQL, but one answers, they answer different kind of questions.
But the sum should...
Please, let's hear Philippa.
Can we make a sum star or no?
Some star cannot, you need to have
Yeah, we
stops.
have to do it. Okay.
So sorry, when you said he's right, was that just, was he actually right? Or are we saying that it depends on what the boss wants? Okay.
But
I just want to
probably,
be clear on, like, there wasn't a true right answer.
no, there is no true right answer. Maybe his answer would be more suitable to an average manager.
Okay. And then to your question, because you asked which one is right between Vlada's count order ID versus your count.
Can you
star.
explain to Charlotte, someone in the English version of this query using this, the English version of this query using this? What are we counting here?
So we are counting the number of orders.
The orders. And suppose that we have the example from you, maybe 3 units, and the cashier was doing, 3 bottles on one time and 2 bottles later in the bill. How many I would obtain for this? Was equal 1. How many I will obtain here? Maybe 2, because there were 2 different units on the same, 2 different lines on the same ticket. You get the idea? So normally all these queries are good enough. It means what you are looking for, what you want to put into the dashboard of our manager. Okay? Previous question was if we are looking for the what was your question? Country of
Country of the customer versus country of the employee.
what country are we using here?
Customer.
How do you know?
Because there's no employee in the inner joins.
There is no perfect. Thank you for finding so fast. So you get the idea. You need to really understand what you are using here in order to, as soon as you see country, you are happy. There are many countries, or there are many cities, from the customer, from the store, from the employee, whatever, for the warehouse, the physical warehouse. Any other comment to Sami's answer?
There's no difference in the order of group by for category and country. It'll give you the same answer.
Good question. Who can answer that?
Wait, I was asking a question, but okay. Was the question regarding the order of the group?
Yeah. Will the group by order change the presentation of the answer?
No.
Yes, of course.
I mean, the presentation, but
I mean, depends. First, you group for category and then for country. We could probably in the other way around. You have another aggregation. You first order it physically. How do you do that? Physically, you order by category. All this package of look at this. Let's try to see. If we say category 1. Category 1 here category equals 2. We have plenty of lines, and then inside this category 1 you have country Belgium, and then country USA, and then here country Belgium and country Canada. Of course, it will be different of having Belgium here, USA here, and then having category 1 here and category 2 here. You get the idea?
Well, all of my aggregated values would be the same.
yes.
Right? I would just... Yeah. Okay, thank you. That was fine.
I guess the last thing I was going to suggest in the query is that for the aggregation, maybe to put an alias on it, because otherwise it will just be a number without any context. It won't have a name.
Yeah, so indeed, you are right. If we put this, the output here will be sum.
Yes.
This is not enough. Sum of what?
Sales.
Number of sales.
Then you can put here as total quantity, for example. You could see total quantity, and then you will have a nice, instead of putting here, you will have, because of course you will not only have this aggregation, you have many columns of many sums and many counts, and etc. So probably it will be better to do total quantity here at the output of this query. Any other comment to Sami? Yes?
I have a question. When you here order ID and stuff, as order ID is a primary key, there is no difference on the results?
Good point. Let me see. Order ID. No, because you can have two. Here you are. What we are counting here? Number of lines.
Yeah.
And then we can have two lines. With basically we are coming from order details. Two lines of a ticket that are counted differently. And here, if both lines of the ticket are in the same ticket, they are counted only once. You get the idea?
The primary key in order details is order ID and product ID combined.
Yeah.
Not the one. So the tuple is primary key, not
okay. Any other comment to Samir? Thank you, Samir, for your volunteering. So 5 minutes to the next, and then I'm looking for another volunteer. I mean, we are not. It's just an open discussion to have another solution than the one you will receive, so we can have a conversation. Yes.
What are the monies you're from?
Let me read. See. Yes. You will receive the answer. I will remove this.
you will receive you will send it. पिछली चीज़ करके उसके ऊपर टॉप की सेटिंग कर दी।
Your question?
There is a, we should use month and year.
Use this query and
Yes.
top 3 selling categories.
But I mean, every database has its own way to do it. If you put months between us, it will be okay, or month and year, and then timestamp, it will.
Is it visible?
Can you see from down there? Yes, perfect. Maybe a little bit.
You're getting smaller though.
Huh?
You're
Yes.
getting smaller as you go to the right.
Hay muchos más acá, no.
You can turn off.
Now I'm going bigger. I'm not used to it. But
Top 3 categories.
Top 3 selling. So I think जो ऊपर वाली query है उसके अंदर top 3 categories को लगाए थे. That would have been the most efficient way. Countries would target.
I don't think it's gonna fit, but I'll try.
Maybe we should turn off the projector.
Yes. It is so difficult to.
I'm not used to writing in shop.
I know it doesn't work, so I need to use it. I need to. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, ना हमने कर लिया
हाँ, वो आ गया.